Hello and welcome to TDP Stories. Today we delve into the fascinating world of the NFL, a phenomenon that is not just a sport, but a literal mirror of American culture, passion, and determination. Sit back, relax, and prepare for a breathtaking story that will take you from the first steps to the greatest moments in the history of this amazing sport. Imagine America at the turn of the 20th century. The Industrial Revolution was changing the landscape. Cities were growing, and society was looking for new ways to have fun. Baseball had its place, but something was missing, and then something completely different came along. The year is 1920. In a small garage in Canton, Ohio, a few men gathered with one idea: to create a league where teams would compete under the same rules. This was the birth of the National Football League. Sounds grand, right? But it wasn't nearly as big back then. The fields were muddy, the helmets were leather, and the players often played for free or for a few dollars. And yet that first step was a bold one. There was no plan for billions in revenue, fancy stadiums, or television rights. It was just a passion for the game. But it was this passion that became the engine of what we know today as the NFL. Every legend begins with a hero, and the NFL was no exception. One of the first was Jim Thorpe. You may have heard of him. Thorpe was the first president of the NFL and one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen. He was a man who could play baseball, track and field, and football, and excel at all of them. Thorpe wasn't just a player, he was a symbol of what the NFL stands for: versatility, courage, and tenacity. And then there were the first great teams: the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers. The teams we know today as NFL icons were just a group of determined players and coaches who borrowed money to play, and it was from these humble beginnings that history was born. Fast forward to the 1960s. The NFL was already well known, but a rival was coming on the scene: the AFL, the American Football League. The rivalry between the two leagues wasn't just about sports, it was about prestige, money, and power. Who would win? Which league would attract more fans? But it eventually led to something that changed sports forever: the merger of the two leagues and the creation of the Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl was played in 1967. It was a simple game with no big commercials, no famous halftime show. Today, the Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event in the world. Families come together, companies spend millions on advertising, and people who don't normally watch football suddenly become fans. The Super Bowl isn't just about football, it's about the show. From iconic halftime performances from Michael Jackson to Beyoncé, to commercials that have become cultural phenomena. And what about the games themselves? Who could forget Super Bowl LI, when Tom Brady and the Patriots pulled off the greatest comeback in history? Or Joe Namath's heroics in 1969 when his Jets stunned the Colts? The Super Bowl is also about emotion. Seeing the players lift the Vince Lombardi trophy is a moment that will stay in your memory. Because the trophy symbolizes more than just victory. It symbolizes hard work, teamwork, and the belief that anything is possible. The NFL wouldn't be what it is without its stars: Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. These players aren't just athletes. They're icons. Every touchdown, every block, and every game-winning throw has a story. But the NFL isn't just about the stars. It's about the teams, about the fans who stand behind their players through thick and thin. Today, the NFL is a global phenomenon. It's played in London, in Germany, and fans watch the games from every corner of the world. Technology has transformed the game: analytics, replays, drones. But one thing remains the same: passion. Every game, every player, and every fan is part of something bigger. The NFL teaches us that anything is possible, that even the underdog can win, that hard work pays off, and that football isn't just a game, it's a life lesson. Whether you're a Patriots, Cowboys, Packers, or any other team fan, one thing is for sure: the NFL brings people together. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to TDP Stories, because every story is worth telling. And remember, the NFL isn't just about the players on the field, it's about all of us.